What up, guys? How y'all doing? I've been thinking these past couple days, why does everything, I've graduated high school like a couple, a couple days ago. Actually, at this point, it's really been a week, and I'm starting to realize just how overstimulated we are as a society. Just because, right? Just to talk to a friend, right? Actually, really, what I'm really getting at is why is it, at least in my life, right? It just seems like it's a lot. Going on social media, going on the internet, everything just feels overwhelming unless I know exactly why I'm opening the app. Like, for example, right? I go on Instagram, for example. Why am I going to Instagram? I don't know. It's so ingrained into my habits that without thinking, I just pull out my phone and I just open the app and I go inside the app. And then there's the profiles of the people you follow. And then there's their stories, there's their notes, and then you get to see what's going on. Imagine you have like at least a couple hundred followers, right? You get to see like hundreds of people's stories and hundreds of people's notes and what people got going on. And I think, in my personal opinion, that's a lot. It's a lot to see what's going on with so many different people. I catch myself scrolling through so many people's stories that by the time I stop scrolling, by the time I'm done, I don't even know why I opened the app. I forgot the reason why I opened the app. I don't even know how I got there. I opened the app just for a whole hour to pass, and I'm over here sitting like, how the hell did I even get here? Like, how did this? What sequence of things like led me up to do this? It's like a whole hour of your life just gets deleted. It just gets completely erased, like it never happened. I just don't understand how someone can do this for more than an hour. How can someone do this for like 5 hours at a time? Just sitting in their bed, just wasting 5 hours. Not even just 5 hours, probably more than that, on something that's trained to overstimulate you. And the biggest thing, the biggest, I would say the most impactful thing that it had on me after it's after I'm done. After that time has been passed, I'm just sitting there lost. It's like I'm in some sort of daze, and I don't understand where all these hours went. And the thing is, you picked up the phone very innocently too. Before that, you just picked up the phone, and the initial thought is, it's not even a thought. That's the thing. That's the funny thing. It doesn't even take a thought. It's so ingrained into our habits that you grab the phone and you don't even realize you picked up your phone until you're already on TikTok or whatever, Instagram, and you're scrolling through people's stories and scrolling through reels, just wasting time. Especially especially when you only and this especially when like our days, we don't got an unlimited time in our day. Yes, there's 24 hours in a day, but how many days do we really stay awake in a day? Like 15 hours, right? Like 15 hours in a day, and you get like, how many hours do you really stay up in a day though? if on average, at least, if on average you go to sleep for at least 8 hours, if you're actually a decent person, most people go to sleep like for like six, five. I'm not gonna say most people, but a lot of people who got internet addiction, they at least get 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Terrible, even less. But for your average person, right? There's 24 hours in a day, and you gotta get 8 hours of sleep every day. For example, what's 24 minus 8? That's 16. So most people are up. They have 16 hours in their day. Everyone, we all have on average like 16, 17 hours in our day, depending on how much sleep we get. Probably even more, right? But let's say we got like a 9 to 5 job. Let's say you work for, let's say, for example, you work for 8 hours a day, right? You get an 8 hour shift a day, and you got a job. And you only have 8 hours left. You got at least an hour of your 8 hours to, for example, actually, you got an hour to take your shower, get ready, because you got to come back from work and everything. It might take you a little bit of time to get back from work. Transportation. How much time on average does it take when somebody to get from work? Probably like 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how far they are from their job. 15 to 30 minutes. That's already like half an hour past. And then you got to take a shower, and then you got to get ready just to actually have free time. So let's say after an hour, now you only got 7 hours in the day. Now, if you're a social media addict, you don't really have much going on in your life. Now, you're wasting precious time. You're wasting precious time. You only got 7 hours to actually do what you want to do. And you're wasting at least 2 to 3 hours every day just doom scrolling on your phone. Imagine you just doom scroll for 5 hours. Now you only got 3 hours before you go to bed. If you go to bed at a decent time, that is. Now, what time do you really have to do what you want to do? None. All that time that you were spending just on your phone, watching TikTok, scrolling through Instagram, all that time is time wasted every day. That time compounds. By the time it reached a year, imagine a whole year just going by like that. Every day, that's your lifestyle. Go to work, come home, watch TikTok, probably hang out with some friends or girlfriend, whatever, and then go to sleep and rinse and repeat. Imagine that being your lifestyle. That's a lot of people's lifestyles. No time to actually, no time to really develop something other than just wasting time and working. And then on top of that, most things ain't fun for you no more because social media, being on these platforms, trains you to be such an addict for dopamine and cheap dopamine. So now you don't even know how to really, now you don't understand how to really put in the work because you have you don't under because your brain is not used to delayed gratification. You train yourself to get cheap dopamine. Now it's gonna compound, right? You might develop a porn addiction, right? Because of lust. And then you might develop a weed addiction because of the stress, having a job. And then it's gonna compound and compound and compound. And then you can have a sugar addiction because you eat junk food to stimulate yourself, to get yourself like a good fix. And then now, at that point, you're just a slave to stimulation. And then a lot of us, that's the lifestyles we live, and then we wonder why we are depressed. Honestly, recent times, I'm starting to think that depression actually is what you gonna call it? Depression is a sign that you are doing something wrong in your life. Depression is a sign that something is wrong. That's what I always see depression as. Depression isn't something you should just go cry about your feelings and talk to a therapist and all that. I think depression is a sign that something is going on in your life that's deeper than we realize. Honestly, I think us being overstimulated is a sign of depression. Just look at it, man. Like, we are always chasing stimulation. We're always, trying to get it fixed. And what does that really come from? I'm thinking about it now. I'm really trying to think as I speak. I'm thinking about it. And what it really seems like is it comes from a it comes from a void. Because if you're always chasing a sense of stimulation, you got to be on your phone, and you know how you know it's really bad when you have a TV show on like Netflix, or you're watching a YouTube video, right? And then you are holding your phone. Let's say you're watching something on your TV, for example. You're watching a movie, but you have your phone in your hand as well, checking what's going on Instagram, what's going on TikTok. How the fuck can you actually enjoy life? How the hell can you actually enjoy life and actually be a decently happy person? A decent happy How can you be a decent well-being person if you can't watch a fucking 23-minute episode of a TV show without checking your phone and seeing what's going on Instagram? And most of the time, when you're on Instagram or TikTok, you're looking at other people. For the guys watching this video, you're seeing girls that you wish you can have if you don't have a girl already. Or if you have a girl already, you're seeing girls that look better that might look prettier than the girl that you have. And I know that sounds dark. So we're training ourselves, and at least in my perspective, from my experiences in life, we're training ourselves to be miserable as fuck. We're training ourselves to be miserable. I think if we as a society, if people are in our generation, Gen Z people like us, can learn how to be bored, learn how to move in life without constant stimulation and constant things going on, I believe we can truly learn how to enjoy life, like how life can finally feel like how it felt when we was 10 years old again. I don't think it's a mistake that after 10 years old, life started after preteen years, life started feeling like shit. Like bruh, look at COVID, bro. Look at COVID. After COVID, life started to get weird. We stopped going outside. We forgot how to connect with other people, bro. We forgot how to connect with other people that we love. Ain't that sad? We forgot how to connect with people as a society. We forgot how to. We, a lot of us. I'm not gonna say everyone. Vast majority of people you see walking down the street or in high school, when you was in high school or whatever, had a lot of solid connections. And I know I'm talking slow. I'm talking very slow. I'm not used to truly talking to a camera and processing my thoughts like that. So this is like something that's still kind of challenging for me right now. But hopefully, bro, by my 50th video of me just talking like this, I'm not even gonna set a point. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm not even gonna set a perimeter for it, but I'm just gonna say over time, I'm gonna get used to this. With it, learning a skill, you're gonna develop it over time with practice. You see, look, I just had a thought in my head just now. This proves that overstimulation shit's fucked up. I just put a perimeter of time when I should feel comfortable talking on camera. I just did that. I just caught myself in the act. I set a period of time. See, a lot of us, we're trained to set a period of time when something should work. Or if my YouTube channel doesn't gain 100K subscribers in 6 months, I failed. Yo, yo, bro, I gotta react to this one video, but bro, this one dude, I can't say the word on YouTube, but let's just say this dude might not be on the planet anymore simply for the fact that he didn't gain 100K subscribers in just a year. And he was new to YouTube too. He didn't even understand the algorithms. You can tell his video quality wasn't the best. It's kind of like my quality right now. It wasn't that good. He wasn't really the best speaker. His points didn't really, well, his points made sense, but he just didn't say it with conviction, or he just didn't speak in a way where you can easily understand what he's saying. And then he gave up on everything just because he didn't gain success in a small perimeter. I can't speak clearly. I don't know why, but perimeter of time, or certain amount of time, right? He didn't gain it in a certain amount of time. He didn't accomplish a goal in a certain amount of time, so he felt like a failure. He gave up. That is literally instant gratification. You have to. That's what I think that the society is teaching us to not do anymore. It's teaching us to function on instant gratification. It's teaching us to not be able to put in any type of work to achieve a goal. It's teaching us to have high expectations, because you see people like Speed, Mr. Beast, DDG, just people like that making millions on the internet all the time, and we believe that just because they got kind of lucky or whatever, they got the success in a certain amount of time. They believe that if they don't get it, if they don't get a certain level of success in a certain amount of time, that they failed. And that's still a mindset I'm still working on, right? For example, right? This is not really successful type of thing, but I always had this thing where if I don't if I don't date a girl before I graduate high school, I'm a failure. And I graduated high school, and I've kind of been feeling like a failure lately. That's something personal. I've been feeling like a failure lately. But now I understand what my problem is. See, we're all different, bro. We're all different people. And I feel like the worst thing you can do is compare yourself to another person. We all have different life stories and different challenges. We all got different things that we got to understand about ourselves. And I think it's the biggest, the worst thing you can ever do is compare yourself to the next person. And we all do it. We're human. But that's why I feel like going on social media is dangerous. Because yes, you're going to tell yourself that, oh, I don't give a fuck about what he has. I'm not worried about other people. But why are you scrolling on people's stories? Why did you scroll on bro's story? Hitting the gym. Why do you scroll on his story? Why do you scroll on someone's story who's working hard at the gym, lifting 300 freaking pounds on the bench, and you can only lift like 150? Like, that's gonna do something to you. Imagine being like a gym bro, right? And then you see somebody who is way more ripped than you, way more jacked than you. I don't care how tough you think you are, or how Mr. Alpha male you think you are. Mr. Well, I don't give a fuck about that. Well, I'm just looking for motivation. Bro, I believe that no matter how big and bad you are, we're humans, man. We all got emotions and stuff like that. So I think that at least I'm not gonna say everyone just to delete social media and get off of it, but I'm saying that at least um limit how much you're on that. Don't be on that like for two, three. Don't be on like scrolling on Instagram for 3 hours in a day. Try to limit it to an hour unless you're actually gonna call somebody or create content. Other than that, I don't think you should be sitting there consuming shit for that long. It's gonna do something to you, and it's done something to me in a lot of bad ways. It's fucked up my mental health, messed up my mental health. I don't know if I should be cussing like that on the internet. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube's gonna look at me and just be like, "Oh, this guy doesn't deserve to get pushed out because he's cursing too much." So, well, just let me know if cursing a lot is something I just should stop doing, and maybe I'll stop. But I guess right now I'm just trying to keep it real, really. But at this point, I think I need a break of all this overstimulating things. It's too much. It's overwhelming. Seriously, I'm literally looking at YouTube right now at the time I'm making this video. Like literally, if you could see the reflection of my YouTube timeline through my glasses. But it's really just because if I turn this off, it's gonna be like dark as shit and I'm gonna look like a blue alien. But right now I can't just get a new light source, so I need to use it so everything makes sense. But yeah, bro. I appreciate you. I can't speak, bro. I appreciate y'all for watching this video though. And I'll see y'all. Thank you.